you doing? We are making fried apples. I just melted a stick of butter that was unsalted, real butter. We got that melted, and we're gonna add a half a cup of granulated sugar. Have y'all ever made fried apples before? These babies are good. These are one of my favorites. Let me turn this burner on real quick. Now, I've never made this recipe. This recipe was given to me by a lady in Eastern Kentucky, and she didn't write her name down, and I only met her briefly. All right, we are gonna let this sugar and butter kind of combine there real good. How y'all doing? How's the weather where y'all are? Our weather today, we're in the 80s up here. It is a little toasty out there. I went out to water my herb garden a little bit ago, and it was pretty warm. It was pretty warm because Bailey didn't want to come out, so she stayed inside in the air conditioner. When Bailey don't want to come outside, you know it's bad. She loves going outside and nosing in the neighborhood. She don't go anywhere, she just noses. She sits right there on them patios and she just checks everybody out and dares them to come by. All right, we're gonna let this warm up here just a little bit more and get this butter dissolved. Now, if you do notice, we are using our trusty little Lodge, our new Lodge 5.5 quart that I picked up at the Wally World. We're gonna maiden voyage, or however you want to say that. We're breaking it in, whichever one you want to say. We're gonna give it a try here today. This butter and sugar's getting warm. I just gotta get it combined. So just working on that here. Dissolve this a little. Now this recipe is a little different. It calls for, well, mine calls for cinnamon as well, but this one calls for a little bit of nutmeg. I normally don't do nutmeg. I do put a little bit of ground clove in mine sometimes. I love ground clove and stuff. I actually use the ground clove. Sometimes I put it on top of a candle, one of my wax burners, just to get that smell. I love that smell of cloves going. Let this just combine a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add, it's 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. That's a lot, but it's gonna be good. And then it's, I believe it's let me double check that, 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. We're gonna have that in there, all of that in there. Okay. I'm gonna get this all combined here. And it calls for, I've never done fried apples with Granny Smith apples. It calls for 6 Granny Smith apples. I usually use Golden Delicious, but up here, they're hard to get. Let me tell you, I looked for them when we first got here. People act like I didn't know what I was talking about. I even went to a couple orchards and they didn't have them either. Our apples here have different names than the ones down where I'm from. Our apples here, they're, I don't know how you want to say it, bred or made or whatever. They're made to survive the harsh winters here. Because you know, we get 30 below zero here. Down home, we never get like that. Alright, that is all combined. Now we're gonna add our 6 Granny Smith peeled and cored apples, if you didn't know that much. We'll put those babies in there. And mix this all up. And then we're just gonna let it simmer until the apples are tender, it says. So we're gonna let this get to cooking, and we're just gonna let it, it's gonna smell really good. This house is gonna smell like heaven. Let me tell you, cinnamon and apples, oh, yes. All right, y'all, we got that in there. Y'all wanna go grab a snack? Grab you some apples. We can cook this together. All right, y'all, we're gonna let this just do its thing, and then we'll be back here. Hey, y'all, we are back, and the fried apples are done. This Lodge new Dutch oven we got did a wonderful job. I knew it would. I had other Lodge cast iron before, I just never have had this one. All right, look at those. Now, one thing I want to correct, the recipe says 6 to 8 minutes. I don't know what the hell they were doing on 6 to 8 minutes. They must have been having these babies on high blast, unless they was talking about putting them in a crock pot for 6 to 8 hours, and it didn't get translated over to me very well. But it took about 35 minutes on low to get these babies good. And this is more of a saucier apple than I'm used to. Let me tell you, them babies, they look good though. Look at those. Look how pretty they are. Now they are gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. They are good, very cinnamony. But let me tell you, some vanilla ice cream. These are more of a dessert topping, I would say. My fried apples aren't this juicy, with all that, or saucy, whichever you want to call it. But these are good. Mm-hmm. You could use some fresh churned vanilla ice cream, vanilla bean ice cream, and y'all be good. These are good. Or this would be really good. Put them like this, and put a little bit of crumble on them and bake them just a little bit longer. That'd be really good. All right, y'all. I mean, if you're gonna try these, if you try a different style apple, how do you cook your apples? Do you cook apples? I'm an apple person. I eat probably an apple to 2 apples every day anyway. This is just a bonus for me. All right, y'all.